What if I told you that everything that you thought about, what you need for success and happiness, that you're all wrong? Like all the things that you're chasing for, the money, the fame, the fortune, the prestige, the popularity, it's a waste of time. And I can say that because I've been now on the earth for 52 years. And I've been on this quest for an extraordinary life. I feel as though I've had an extraordinary life over the past 52 years. And so I'm going to share with you a few minutes what I've learned over the years. It indicated to me that, you know what, this is not necessary because I used to be on that quest. I remember my early years, it was all about the money. I was on this quest for fame and fortune. I always wanted to be popular, and I was chasing the wild and crazy things and wanted a prestigious job title. I wanted a prestigious position, and I went off and searched for that, and I was very successful. I was making a lot of money in finance over the years. I landed a job on Wall Street and became very successful. And every day was just kind of a slog and a grind. And every day was what more money do I need to make? How much more money can I make? And I realized that as I went through life, this chase of this money and this pursuit of money is not really what's going to make you happy, because you know what's going to happen? Somebody else is going to have more money than you. Somebody else is going to one-up you. There's always going to be the next thing that you want. In order to keep up and stay with the Joneses, you're always going to have to pursue the next thing. And the money that you make today, it's just relative. You're always going to live within the realm of possibilities. So if you're making $50,000 a year, you're going to learn how to live on $50,000 a year. If you're making $100,000 a year, your lifestyle is going to reflect you making $100,000 a year. And if you make $1 million or $2 million a year, then your lifestyle is going to reflect that. And eventually, it's just going to lead to the same burnout, because you're always going to constantly be chasing the next thing. You're always going to have to think bigger and better in order to pay your bills, in order to meet your obligations, to sustain your lifestyle. It's just an endless cycle, and eventually you're going to get burnt out by it. And over that course of that journey, I've come face to face with cancer a couple of times. Most notably when I was 30 years old, my fiance at the time, she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And at that point in stage in my life, I was living life. I was making a lot of money. And I realized that, the things that we hold precious, the things that we hold dear, the things that are most important to us is going to be the time and the memories that we have with those that we love and care about. And so when she was going through that phase, and eventually she lost her battle to cancer, and I had all this money, I had all the freedom in the world to do everything I wanted. And it was a time that I was the most depressed. It was a time that I was just kind of lost out there in the world, didn't know what it was going to do. Nothing really had any meaning. Like all the stuff I was shooting for, the nice apartment in New York City and the prestigious job title and all this money to do all these things, I had nobody to do it with. And I was lost and I was lonely. And I realized that as I was going through that, I kept turning towards material things to make me feel better. And you know what it actually did? It actually made me feel worse. It made me feel worse because I just kept spending my money, and I could see my money dwindling down. And because I wasn't in the right frame of mind, and because I didn't have peace and happiness and something to ground me in life, then I just wound up wasting it all. And I wasted it all on stupid stuff. I did a lot of parties and hung out and just had a whole lot of wasteful spending on material things, on food, on clothing, on whatever it is. You know how that goes. And so it took me a long time to heal. And as I was going through that healing process, I had some friends reach out to me. They could see that I was going down a bad path. I was starting to lose everything that I had financially. I started losing all my belongings. And my friends that didn't see me for years because I was in New York, they were in Philadelphia, they reached out to me and said, "Paul, we're all concerned about you here. We want you to come back to Philly. We want you to hang out with some good people that love you, get your stuff together, and let's just go and make the best of it." And I found that when I was in an environment of supportive people, of people that loved me and cared about me, they didn't care how much money I had. They didn't ask me for anything. They went out. They were happy to go and help support me. They would cook dinner for me. They'd come over. We would go out. They would make sure that everything was taken care of if I didn't have the money to financially support it. And it was just a positive time of reflection and reinforcement that they were saying, you know what? You don't need all this stuff. We care about you for who you are and not what you have. And so chasing the pursuit and the money and these prestigious job titles, it's worthless, because what it's going to do ultimately is going to attract the piranhas. It's going to attract those that are attracted to you because of the things that you have instead of for who you are. It's going to attract people that are looking for money for you, that can gain financially from you, that can use you to better their self-interest. And that's no way to lead life. So if that's what you're looking for, if that's what you're striving for in life, then it's not worth it. Don't chase the material things. Don't go out try to chase the money, the prestige, and your status. The second time I come across cancer was just recently. Now it's coming up on 1 year since I was first diagnosed with. I got diagnosed last year. It was colon cancer, and I did a video about it. The kind of the 3 things that I learned from having cancer. So make sure you check that video out if you want to hear the specifics. But coming across when you're facing death and you're reflecting on your life and the possibility that you may be here, you look back, you say, what have I obtained? What have I accomplished? Never once in my mind did how much money I make come into the equation. Not once in my mind did I think, what am I going to be? What is my profession? Like, what am I going to be known as? Am I going to die and be known as the guy that was working at a fast food restaurant? Or was I going to die and be known as the guy that, was a business owner, a successful business owner? Because at the end of the day, none of that is going to matter to you. It doesn't really matter. When you're sitting there and you're in the coffin, those are not the types of things that they're going to talk about. They're not going to sit there and focus on, where you were in your profession, how much money you made, but they're going to focus on the things that you did to make a difference in their lives, the things that you share, the wisdom, the knowledge that you pursued, the way that you lived your life authentically is the things that, at least, and when I was thinking about it, those are the things that I wanted to see. Those are the things that I was hoping they would hear. Like, he was he was a caring person, that, he took care of his family. He loved his wife and his children, that he always reached out and tried to do the right thing and was ethical and didn't, step on people's backs and climb the corporate ladder. But he always made a choice that even if it was going to be detrimental to him financially and it wasn't the best decision to make as far as how much money he can make, he always made the most ethical decision. So you want to guide your life by ethical principles. You want to have a foundation for your life. And I'll encourage you to never deviate from that. Never deviate from the things, your core values, your core beliefs, whatever that is. Don't deviate from that, because if you deviate from that, then you're going to realize that there's going to be an emptiness inside. There's going to be a feeling of like an uncomfortable type of feeling that you're not being yourself, that you're not really living your true potential. And so I just encourage you that if you are chasing things and you're worried about your job title and what you're doing and how much money you're making, I would encourage you to shift your focus a little bit. Shift your focus on the people that you have in your circle. Shift your focus on, how you're making your decisions. Are your decisions ethically based? Are they sound? Are they going to contribute to society? Are you going to be able to look back on your life and say, I did the right thing and I can stand on that? You don't want to have any regrets. And so that brings us to the last point, is that you don't want to have any regrets in your life. When you're thinking about and the things that will make you happy, and the way that we would look at success is not always going to be, did I achieve that job title, right? Did I get that position I was looking for? No, the things that you're going to regret is, did you chase your curiosities? Did you have an interest or a love for something and pursue it? Ultimately, it doesn't matter whether it panned out or not, whether it actually took off for you. The important thing is, did you actually go and put your foot in the ring? Did you pursue it? Pursue it passionately. Did you put forth your effort? Did you live it? Did you entertain it? Did you satisfy your curiosity with that thing? There's a saying, and I say it to my son a lot. It's, the worst thing to have is regret, because there's going to be a point in time where it's too late to do the things that you wanted to do. There's going to be a time where you look back and say, I wish I would have done it. You never want to go out saying, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that. Go out and do it. Don't dream about it. Don't wish about it. If something that's in your heart, you go out, you go and do it. And even if it turns out to not be as exciting as you thought, if it turns out that you didn't enjoy it, it's not a problem. You did it. You fulfilled your passions. You fulfilled your life. You went out and you lived it. And think of Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. They look at him as an icon because he truly kind of embraced that when he went out and he lived his life. He did it his way. And that's what you want to do. You want to go out, you want to live your life your way. Don't sit and try to be what other people want you to be. Don't try to do the jobs or do the professions that your friends or your family or anything wants for you. Just go out and feel who it is that you are, chase the passions that you want to chase, find the things that you're curious about, learn about it, do it and pursue it. And you'll find out at the end of your life, you're going to be a lot more fulfilled. You're going to be a lot more happy. You're going to be, be able to look back and say, you know what, I've lived a full life. I lived a life with purpose and fulfillment. Don't wait until you're in your 30s or your 40s. It took me 30 years to kind of analyze all this, some hard life lessons learned and time wasted. And I just wanted to take some time and share that with you. And hopefully this helped you a little bit. Hopefully you can kind of reflect on your life and get some perspective and ask yourself some hard questions. I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. And let me know if this touched you. Did I help you in any way? Did I help you with your journey? Do you feel better now or do you feel worse? Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. If you're somebody who's chasing an extraordinary life and you want some more tips, trips, and resources, then make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. I'll have the description there for you. It's totally free. I just send you straight to your inbox some updates on my lessons that I learned throughout my life, some tips, tools, and resources and exercises that you can do to, strengthen yourself, to improve on yourself, to test yourself, to challenge yourself. It's all going to be very worth it. As I said, it's totally free. And if you're somebody who wants more information on what it means to be you, then make sure that you click on this video right up here. I just released that video the other day talking about how you have to be you. So I'm your boy Paul. It was a pleasure talking to you. I hope to see you in the next video. So make sure you take care. Bye.